review a novel called The Old Man on the Sea. This book is one of his famous works, which tells the story of Santiago, the main character in this book, who is an old fisherman man who struggles to catch a giant marlin deep in midstream of the Gulf of Mexico. This work has been remembered in 20th century fiction as a work that has strengthened the literary romance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I'm going to talk to you about the plot in the book by Ernest Hemingway, written in 1951. The Old Man and the Sea. The Old Man and the Sea won the Nobel Prize in 1954. The Old Man and the Sea tells about the old man named Santiago. Santiago is a fisherman who for 84 days didn't get a fish. For a fisherman, this is an exception. The story gets interesting when they 85, Santiago goes to sea and the bait is eaten by very big marlin and the boat from Santiago is carried by the marlin. In here, Ernest Hemingway wants to build an essential idea through an inner conflict which, when Santiago was unable to catch fish for 84 days, he finally ambitious to restore his good name as Fisherman Who Senior. He finally desperately to get a fish, and in the end, his success in being eaten by a very big marlin. As for the building element in the novel, such as a plot, The Old Man and the Sea use an advanced plot, which means chronological. And Ernest Hemingway wrote in from beginning to end, despite a flashback story from Santiago. This is a support of the idea of recognition that Santiago want to achieve. The style of language used by Ernest Hemingway in the novel The Old Man and the Sea used the perspective of a third person as the main character. As for example, he said, I think enough for me.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, right now I will explain the character from The Old Man and the Sea story. The first character. The character of The Old Man and the Sea is an old man named Santiago. He was a good old man, an old man who was so close to the ocean, an old man who gave up remnants of his life to catch up with the sea. Santiago, a poor old man, has no relative or friends, like a lonely grandfather. It feels a posturing attitude, but it does not sound cracking hardcore. The second character, a young man named Manolin. Manolin was so attentive to Santiago. He was a good figure. Interestingly, Manolin has no biological attachment to Santiago. How Manolin deeply loved Santiago, a kind of relationship, a child who loved his father, as well as vice versa. The beloved Manilon always accompanied Santiago in the Sea of Mexico. Manilon also accompanied Santiago, who only lives alone in his heart. For the first 40 days of the previous, Manilon accompanied Santiago sailing. I think enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
So now I'm gonna explain about the theme of novel Old Man and the Sea. Well, the theme rise in the novel is about a journey someone's life full of struggle. Judging from the short story, the novel not talking about love, but this novel tells about a full life with hard struggle. The author invites the reader to share and feel life, the experience by the man.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I'm going to explain about my assignment, and this is about the moral value in the novel The Old Man and Sea. Um, Alright, there are several forms of the moral value in the Old Man and Sea. First is moral value form in human relation with God, and the second is form of moral value in human and self-value, and the third is moral value form in human relation with other human being. First, moral value form in human relation with God. Um, the point is praying. Why praying here? Because there is one acutus, and this is as a proof to uh, to the I mean the novel itself, that this is as a pray. The redaction of the sentence like this: Salam Maria is full of God, grace, and Him. Thank you among women, and the fragrance and the fruit and your womb. Jesus Christ, Maria, Mother of God, pray for us sinner now and at the time for our death. Amen. And this is so that the Santiago need the help of God itself, just like that. And the second is moral value from human and self relationship. There are five here, and the first A, pension, B, sincerity, and C, responsibility, and D, hard work, and E, never give up. A, pension. Pension, there is a fact here, and the relation of the sentence like this: tomorrow will be bright and now with occurrence like this. And he said, this is on the page 16. And then B, sincerity. Sincerity, there is a proof about it, and the sentence like that: the old man, I meant like this: he became sad. The I meant I'm sorry. I meant the boy avoided his parents will, and they moved to another boat. He became sad to see the old man coming every day with empty boat. He always dropped the half-drink and hook ball or fish, spear and harpoon, and screen roll around the pole. This is the proof of the reduction of the sentence about the sincerity itself. And the C is responsibility. Responsibility here in a novel by Hemingway, responsibility can be seen in Santiago figure against Manolin, and the reduction of the sentence itself: five and you are almost killed. When I take a fish away too fast, the fish almost cruises the boat and make it assistant. You remember? This is on the page 15. And D, hard work. Hard work is one of the many conditions must be processed if someone wants to achieve success. In this novel, of the hard work attitude was shown by the character of Santiago. He always persistent and tried to conquer Marlin fish. He always tried to show another fisherman that he was not a shallow. He can still catch a fish even though it took a very large sacrifice, but he finally success. This is hard work. And then E, never give up. And in the novel of The Man the Sea, this attitude was not easily spread discreet visible of the main character. Santiago capturing marine fish, getting into fellow quotas, and the proof is the and then the direction or the sentence, I can fail and die because fish like this. He said like this. This is a key that the attitude of the Ormond itself, he never give up. Second. And the third is form of the moral value human relation with other human. The moral value of human being with other human is as follows. First, love of the child to the parent. Love the child to parent here. We can look at there is the sentence as a proof here. I want to have by doing something else. So this is I meant quintessence. I meant from that sentence, so that Manolin want to have the old fisherman, even though Santiago is not biological father, but he loves Santiago. And that's the first. And B, parent responsibility to children. In this novel, a son's responsibility can be seen the quote, and the redaction of the sentence is like this: 5 and you are almost killed by I bring to fish too fast. The fish almost cruises the boat and make its assistance. You remember? This is on the page of 15. The quote above, you know that Santiago invited Manolin, to go sail, and at the age of 5 years. Then sailing, Santiago helped Manolin from the threat of Marlin, fish which almost crushed the boat. It's natural for us if someone were cared about, and this is responsible must be maintenance like that. And third or C, help each other. We can also find the novel one of the follow quotes and the redaction of the sentence like this. Of course, I will coast guard and buy plane. This is on 160 in the novel. The quotes above so that people please help in finding Santiago. They look for it with Coast Guard and even use the plane, helping from in also the following notification like that. And D for appreciating attitude. The appreciating attitude here is very important owned by every human being in this world. Appreciating is attitude where a person accepts difference between others and doesn't violate human rights. In novel, there are part of do not respect figure. It is wrong example because everyone has a right to appreciate it. Often in following quotas, he saw the arm and palm and negro hand, then to the negro face, and this is mean that based on this sentence, the word of negro, but more specific to show that the quote above. The quote above show that the black people killed the name of the negro. The word negro is a form of racial and racial insult that are often used. And negro said was identified by both natural by black people in the past by the white nation. The white nation. Therefore, if we call the word negro, we directly consider it does not respect between others. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you so much. And I close by Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So, in the literature, the author can use the point of viewpoint that is the position which is the basis for seeing events in the story. Broadly speaking, the point of view can be divided into two types, namely the third person style he, and persona first person, I style. In the novel The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway, the author used a point of view third person as an all-knowing storyteller, like the following quote: "Sometimes some fishermen tugged on the boat, but mostly the boat was quiet. There was only the sound of the paddle in the water. The old man knew he would get far to the sea and smell the land he left behind. He paddled toward the smell of the sea first morning. The sun set on and to strengthen his conviction, he remembers when he was playing a feast at a tavern in Casablanca against the Negro of Configus, who is considered the strongest person. Second, their elbows were right on the chalk line on their table, arms upright, and their palms and fingers grip each other's.